up, Internet, and welcome to 6 of the Best, where I share with you my 6 favorite tracks from various different acts and bands. This time, I'm going to be sharing with you my 6 favorite tracks by the Pet Shop Boys. But before I get into it, if you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you never miss another video. Okay, let's do this. Let's select the first video. Starting off, it's West End Girls. Okay, so up next, West End Girls by the Pet Shop Boys. Okay, I think I'll just do that one more time for the VOD. Okay, up next, West End Girls. Let's hit it.
Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls.
Yeah, this is the first song by the Pet Shop Boys that I ever heard, and I was hooked right away. I was really captivated, by the beat, by the melody, and by the lyrics as well. And I'll never forget when I saw the Pet Shop Boys perform this for the first time on Top of the Pops, and hearing hearing Chris Lowe's, seeing Chris Lowe's deadpan delivery, just just standing there emotionless, and it just captured he just captured my imagination, and his keyboard skills are second to none, and Neil Tennant's voice is just so unique as well, and the lyrics. Let's wind back a bit. Let's wind back a bit if we can. Oh, here we go. And hi to Mage Grey Wolf as well. Thanks for watching. Welcome.
Sometimes
I just love these lyrics. They're so hard hitting. Sometimes you're better off dead. There's a gun in your hand and it's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police. There's a madman around. I love those lyrics. They're just brilliant.
better off dead. There's a gun in your hand that's pointing at your head. You think you're mad, too unstable, kicking in chairs and knocking down tables in a restaurant in a West End town. Call the police, there's a madman around, running down underground to a dive bar in a West End town. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. Too many shadows, whispering voices, faces on posters. Too many choices. If, when, why, what, how much have you got? Have you got it? Do you get it? If so, how often? Which do you choose? A hard or soft option?
And the lyrics are so poetic, aren't they? I love, and that is the style of the Pet Shop Boys. Poetic lyrics to a disco beat. It's just so quintessentially them. That is who they are. But I think they also owe a lot to Kraftwerk as well. Especially their early stuff. I think their early material owes a lot to the work of Kraftwerk. I really think that without Kraftwerk, I don't think we probably still would have the Pet Shop Boys, but they'd be a very different band.
In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. West End girls. West End girls. In a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. Ooh, West End town, a dead end world, East End boys, West End girls. West End girls. You got a heart of glass or a heart of stone. Just you wait till I get to you. We've got no future, we've got no past. Here today, built to last in every city and every nation, from Lake Geneva to the Finland station. And a West End town, a dead end world, the East End boys and West End girls. Oh, West End town, a dead end world, East End boys, West End girls. West End girls. West End girls. West End girls.
Brilliant. I love that track so much. It's fantastic. I actually was one of the first albums that I got for myself when I was 9 years old. So I'll let you do the math to figure out how old I am now. And quick story for you guys. I I loved the Pet Shop Boys so much. I used to draw pictures of them. And one day for our homework, we had to draw pictures of our favorite pop stars. So I drew a picture of Chris Lowe, and my teacher showed it to the whole class, and she said, this is really good, Michael, but who is it? I had to explain to the class who it was, and everyone else had drawn pictures of Michael Jackson, Madonna, Wham, and but no one had heard of the Pet Shop Boys at that stage. So I had to explain who Chris Lowe was and who the Pet Shop Boys were. It was, it was at that moment that I realized that I was different. Anyway, that said, let's move on, shall we? So that was West End Girls by the Pet Shop Boys. Let's load up the next video. And I'm sorry for the technical difficulties that we seem to have with that video. It kept pausing for some reason. But hopefully that won't continue to happen. But let's just let's just see, shall we? So, yeah. Next up, It's a Sin by the Pet Shop Boys. Let's get into it. And yeah, again, this song is so quintessentially Pet Shop Boys. It to borrow the title of one of their albums, it's very Pet Shop Boys. And it's just instantly recognizable. As soon as you hear the intro, yes, this is It's a Sin by the Pet Shop Boys. It's unmistakable. And that is why it's a classic. And it's still a classic, I think it's 40-something years later. And I'll never forget the first time I heard it when I was a kid. It really captured my imagination. And I didn't realize then, but I think it was, being autistic, I, of course, played it again and again and again on repeat. Well, you couldn't replay it on repeat in those days. You had to rewind it. I had it on cassette tape. And of course, I had to rewind it. And I got very good at rewinding it to just the right points on the tape. Yeah. Biro on the ready. If you know, you know.
It's a sin. Everything I've ever done, everything I ever do, every place I've ever been, everywhere I'm going to, it's a sin. At school they taught me how to be so pure in thought and word and deed. They didn't quite succeed. For everything I long to do, no matter when or where or who, has one thing in common too. It's a sin.
And apparently, the inspiration for this song came from Neil Tennant's upbringing. Apparently, he went to quite a strict Catholic school where everything, everything that was fun and worth doing was a sin, was sinful. And so that experience inspired the lyrics. Everything I've ever done, everything I ever do, every place I've ever been, everywhere I'm going to, it's a sin. And I'm sure a lot of people can relate to this, especially people who have had a Christian or Catholic or religious upbringing. Or even if you haven't, I'm sure you can relate to these lyrics, and they, I certainly can, I certainly could, and still can. Yeah, they just blew me away right from the word go, and they still do.
It's a sin. Everything I've ever done, everything I ever do, every place I've ever been, everywhere I'm going to, it's a sin. Father, forgive me. I tried not to do it. Turned over a new leaf, then tore right through it. Whatever you told
And I used to really love hearing the Latin at the end of that song as well. Mea culpa, mea maxima culpa. I used to love that. Uh, it really, captured my imagination as a kid. And yeah, it's a brilliant song. Yeah, the Pet Shop Boys there with It's a Sing. Anyway, moving on. Let's remove that one. Let's load up the third track. The third track that I want to share with you is, if I can find it. Oh yes. Okay. Up next, the Pet Shop Boys with Dusty Springfield and What Have I Done to Deserve This? Let's get into it.
You always wanted a lover, I only wanted a job, and that was worth for a living. How am I gonna get through? How am I gonna get through? I come here looking for money, got to have it, and end up leaving with love. Oh, now you left me with nothing, can't take it. How am I gonna get through? How am I gonna get through? I bought you drinks, I brought you flowers, I read your books and talked for hours. Every day so many drinks, such pretty flowers. So tell me, what have I done to deserve this? What have I done to deserve this? What have I?
Yeah, I just love this song. Again from the album Actually, and I love Neil Tennant's deadpan delivery. I love his. He almost has a sarcastic tone, where when he's delivering the spoken lines, and it just adds to the atmosphere of the track perfectly. And again, Chris Lowe is a genius on the keyboards. It's utterly brilliant track.
Since you went away, I've been hanging around. I've been wondering why I'm feeling down. Went away, it should make me feel better, but I don't know how I'm gonna get through. How I'm gonna get through.
And Dusty Springfield lending her voice to this song as well is just an added bonus. Her distinct, gravelly voice is so sexy. It's so sensual. And they gave her career a shot in the arm, the Pet Shop Boys, because she didn't have a record deal at this time, and so Dusty Springfield appearing on this track, restarted her career. She got a record deal, and the Pet Shop Boys produced her next album, and a real boost for her career. And she's got a great voice, and it really adds to the song brilliantly.
You always wanted me to be something I wasn't. You always wanted too much. Oh, now I can do what I want to forever. How am I gonna get through? How am I gonna get through? At night the people come and go. They talk too fast and walk too slow, chasing time from hour to hour. I pour the drinks and crush the flowers. What have I done to deserve this? What have I done to deserve this? What have I? Since you went away, I've been hanging around. I've been wondering why. I'm feeling down. You went away. Did you think that I don't know how I'm gonna get through. 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 How I'm gonna get through.
And yes, brilliant. Okay, fantastic stuff from the Pet Shop Boys. What have I done to deserve this? Featuring Dusty Springfield. And I really like, the lyrics at the end of that song. We don't have to fall apart. We don't have to, we don't have to do this. We don't, it's as if she's going through the first stage of grief. Bargaining. We can make a deal. It's it's brilliant stuff there from the Pet Shop Boys and Dusty Springfield. And I really love this track. It's brilliant. So let's move on. What are your favorite songs by the Pet Shop Boys? Let me know in the comments. So, up next, we've had West End Girls. We've had It's a Sin. We've had What Have I Done to Deserve This? So now, up next, we've got Shopping by the Pet Shop Boys. Let's do this. Yes, I used to love this song when I was a kid. It was, again, it's one of my favorite songs by the Pet Shop Boys. I really loved the melody and I loved the lyrics. And I remember I used to make my mum play it again and again, in the car, especially on long journeys. and we used to sing it together, because I think she used to like it too, actually. Let's get back into it.
We're SHOPPING, we're shopping. It's easy when you've got all the information. Inside help, no investigation. No questions in the house, no give and take. There's a big bang in the city. We're on the make. We're SHOPPING, we're shopping. We're SHOPPING, we're shopping.
And again, that electronic effect on Neil Tennant's voice there is again inspired by Kraftwerk. They did it first. The Pet Shop Boys, and indeed other bands that followed, of a similar nature, owe a lot to Kraftwerk. Kraftwerk started it all. Even Dr. Dre has said that he was inspired by Kraftwerk when he started NWA. So there you go.
Our game is your loss. That's the price you pay. I heard it in the House of Commons. Everything's for sale. We're shopping. We're shopping. We're SHOPPING, we're shopping. We're SHOPPING, we're shopping.
And I remember when I was a kid, I literally thought that this was just about regular shopping, going to the shops, going to the shopping mall and buying just buying stuff. But if you listen carefully to the lyrics, he talks about the House of Commons. He talks about questions being asked in the House of Commons. He talks about everything being for sale. He talks about the city. It's about stocks and shares. It's about lobbying. Big corporate companies lobbying the government. So that the questions that they want asked in the House of Commons are asked at PMQs, at Prime Minister's questions. Cash for questions. Everything's for sale. It's these are the kind of things that you don't necessarily notice when you're a kid, but you pick up on when you're grown up. There's so many, there's so many layers to the songs of the Pet Shop Boys. That's why they've stood the test of time and will continue to do so. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant stuff. Shopping by the Pet Shop Boys. Absolutely fantastic. So let's crack on. Let's remove this one. Right. And on with the next one. Up next, Left to My Own Devices by the Pet Shop Boys. Let's get into it. I never forget hearing this for the first time, putting this album on and hearing this song, for the first time, thinking, am I about to hear some classical music? And it was very innovative for its time. It's a kind of mix of classical music and disco music. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant, and I love it. I love it so much. And again, this is another song that I just really, really loved when I was a kid. And I learnt the lyrics off by heart and I used to recite these lyrics all the time at home, at school, hanging around in the shopping mall. Where I used to recite these lyrics wherever I went. And I used to try and recite them in the same deadpan delivery as Neil Tennant as well. I wanted to be him. It's a classic song.
I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried, and I could, and left to my own devices, I probably would. Left to my own devices, I probably would. Pick up a brochure about the sun. Learn to ignore what the photographer saw. I was always told that you should join a club. Stick with the gang if you want to belong. I was a lonely boy, no strength, no joy, in a world of my own, at the back of the garden. I didn't want to compete or play out on the street or in a secret life. I was a ranted general.
And again, these lyrics really spoke to me because I was a lonely boy with no strength and no joy in a world of my own. So these lyrics really, really spoke to me. They really spoke to me.
I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried. And I could, and left to my own devices, I probably would. Left to my own devices, I probably would. Oh, I would. I was faced with a choice at a difficult age. Would I write a book, or should I take to the stage? But in the back of my head I heard distant feet, Che Guevara and Debussy to a disco beat.
And I'm sure that is true. I'm sure there's a lot of truth in those lyrics because he has spoken of the difficult choice that he did have to make. Before he started the Pet Shop Boys, he was the editor. I'm pretty sure he was the editor of Smash Hits magazine. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but he did face a difficult choice. Shall I continue to write and for Smash Hits and edit the magazine, or should I try and make this this whole pop thing work with Chris Lowe? And I think most people will agree with me that he made the right decision in forming the Pet Shop Boys.
It's not a crime when you look the way you do, the way I like to picture you. When I get home, it's late at night. I pour a drink and watch the fight. Turn off the TV, look at a book, pick up the phone, fix some food. Maybe I'll say
I like that line. Che Guevara's drinking tea. Brilliant.
He reads about a new device and takes to the stage in a secret life. Left to my own devices, I probably would. If I was left to my own devices, I possibly would. If I was left to my own devices, I probably would. If I was left to my own devices, I probably would. I could leave you, say goodbye, or I could love you if I tried, and I could. And left to my own devices, I probably would. Left to my own devices, I probably would. Come on, baby. Left to my own devices, I probably would.
Brilliant. Ooh. Brilliant stuff there. Well, brilliant, amazing. What an excellent track there. Left to My Own Devices by the Pet Shop Boys. Fantastic. I still got goosebumps. It brings back so many memories. Love it. Absolutely love it. So the last one. Do 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 do. Right. Yes, I found it. Up next, Domino Dancing by the Pet Shop Boys. Let's hit it.
I don't know why, I don't know how. Thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now. Seen you look at strangers too many times. The love you want is of a different kind. Remember when we felt the sun? A love like paradise, how hot it burned. Threat of distant thunder, the sky was red. And when you want, you always turn every head. Oh, baby, watch them all fall down. Oh, baby, domino dancing. Oh, baby, watch them all fall down. Oh, baby, domino dancing.
Yeah. Again, this is a track that really captured my imagination as a kid. I loved it then, and I still love it now. And again, the melody is brilliant. Chris Lowe, brilliant as always on keyboards. Neil Tennant, his voice, utterly amazing. And domino dancing, you've got to appreciate a bit of alliteration. Come on. And again, the lyrics are very poetic. It's Neil Tennant, poet first, songwriter second. Yeah, his lyrics are second to none.
Thought that when we fought, I was to blame. Now I know you play a different game. I've watched you dance with danger, still wanting more. Add another number to the score. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. When you look around, you wonder, do you play to win, or are you just a bad loser? Don't know why, I don't know how. I thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now. I hear the thunder crashing, the sky is dark, and now a storm is breaking within my heart.
Yeah, I love those lyrics. I don't know why, I don't know how. I thought I loved you, but I'm not sure now. I hear the thunder crashing, the sky is dark, and now a storm is breaking within my heart. I just love that rhyming scheme. And it scans so perfectly as well. It's just genius. Yeah, it's brilliant. Outstanding.
I hear the thunder crashing, the sky is dark, and now a storm is breaking within my heart. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day, domino dancing. All day, watch them all fall down. All day.
Brilliant stuff. Another brilliant track there from the Pet Shop Boys. The Pet Shop Boys with Domino dancing. And hi Joel. Hi Joel. Yeah, thanks for watching. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, welcome. And thanks to Mage Grey Wolf for watching as well. Brilliant. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in, and indeed I really appreciate everyone watching after the fact as well. Yeah, You're right. There are lots of awesome songs. I could go on listening to the Pet Shop Boys all night, all night, but unfortunately, I set a limit for myself in calling this stream 6 of the best. So I'm going to wrap things up there. And if you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell so that you never miss another stream. And if you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell icon so you never miss another video. Okay, I'll just do that one more time for the VOD. Thanks for watching. Hang on. Thanks for watching. If you're new, do subscribe and hit the bell icon so they never miss another video. Okay, bye for now. Did you listen to Loneliness, the new song? No, I haven't heard that one. I'll have to check that one out. Okay. Bye for now, guys.